The Rugby World Cup 2023 is upon us, and it doesn't get much bigger than this year. Khaleesi and the Springboks will look to defend their title as world champions when they open their campaign against Scotland on Sunday. And then there is, of course, the small matter of the opener between the All Blacks and hosts France in Paris. It's going to be massive. And here to chat about the Rugby World Cup, the impending 8 weeks of action in France, two of my absolute favorites and two of the best, really, Juan de Jong and Rudy Page. Take it on board, man. I'm telling you, a scrum half who introduced a new era of scrum half rugby, man.
Wow.
You've done it. I'm just dying to know who's the quicker. Boys, I've got to ask, straight back, how are you doing?
Yes.
It's a while since we've connected, Juan.
Yes, I'm all good. It's Black Friday now. It's exciting times. We've been waiting for this for a very long time, but yeah, very excited.
I often wonder how you guys divorce yourself from the mainstream when you are so emotionally invested in this team. If I don't know how you guys handle a loss or handle the build-up. It's here. We're going to open with a massive one tonight. France hosting the All Blacks. As much as I want to believe this All Black side is going to come out and absolutely destroy after what happened a fortnight ago, this French side have proven in Paris, beating everybody, that they can do it. How are you wrapping your head, your heart around this?
I've actually been quite confident, to be totally honest with you, that it's not going to be the host nation that's going to be victorious tonight.
We're debating this.
We've been debating this for a very long time.
Why do you say that? Missing Intermac, massive part of their plan.
I think they've got a few injuries that's obviously going to hurt them. And for me, it's the atmosphere, they're hosting the game, the hype around them.
Too much.
I personally think it's going to be too much, and I think that game in Twickenham, that the Boks obviously, I want to use the word humiliated the All Blacks. I think that's going to just spur them on to be extremely good tonight. So my gut feeling and all my intuition is telling me the All Blacks are going to be up for it, and they're going to get one over the French in that first game.
The flair,
that's what I think. I think it's going to, blood's going to be seen all day. And you know the history between France and New Zealand is France have beaten New Zealand in 2007.
They've got their number in
They've got their numbers in, especially Rugby World Cups, and they're under pressure. Obviously, they're losing a couple of guys like Intermac and Dante with injury, but I think...
Is this the most important pool game? All due respect to the other teams, but this kind of lays down the marker. Could this be the most important?
It does. It's similar to South Africa against New Zealand in 2019.
Yes.
I mean, both teams is going to go to the quarterfinals, but it's an important game just to make sure that you put yourself out there and show the other countries, eh?
Yeah, we'll send a message to the South African press, I think, more than anything else. We've got, obviously, the Irish dominating world rugby at the moment, but a lot of questions around all of the rankings, to be quite honest. And I'll say that from a South African perspective as well, where it just feels a little bit strange. Maybe this World Cup, we need it to sort things out. Are Ireland the best rugby nation in the world right now? Do they have the chops to take it?
I think I'm going to say no. I think, and it's not biased, it's just for me, the eye test. I'm going to go with the Springboks. I think we honestly got everything. We tick all the boxes. Our preparation has been awesome. We know what we do, and we know what we do well. So I think for me, I know the rankings is saying something completely different. I'm going to back the Springboks and saying I think we're number one going into this World Cup.
For sure. There is expectation on our shoulders, but it doesn't seem like an unrealistic or a sensationalized expectation. It's on the back of two amazing performances. Testing the depth of a squad. What Damian Willems, I have a feeling he's going to do something special. I'm so glad he got that man of the match in that performance for All Blacks for his sake. What do we need to do as a Springbok side to mount a successful campaign in the World Cup? Because it often hinges on a loss. Gives you the fire to get through. Is it a dominating win against the minnows? And we've got a couple of those that could spoil the party in our pool. Tonga just makes me nervous for some reason. How are you feeling about what the Springboks need to do in this campaign?
I mean, leading up to the Rugby World Cup, they've been in incredible form. That's from individuals, that's from the team as well. We're obviously in the pool of death. Sometimes we call it the pool of water with Tonga. You know, those foreigners that went back to their home country, Malacca, Fikitoa, Israel Folau, that's actually injured. There's a lot of All Blacks that's playing for Tonga, so that's going to be a tough game for our last one. But it's important for us to start well. This Sunday, very important against Scotland. If we get this ball rolling, get our W against Scotland, and then we got a little bit of, up and down against Ireland.
You know, we've heard it said so many times. We know what South Africa is going to do, but it's stopping them from doing that is the big question. Is there a team out there? Because even the All Blacks, I mean, granted, we went all in with 7 forwards. With the mentality, with the games that Jacques and Rassie have been playing, and I know you guys have probably bounced this around for hours on the podcast and talking about it, I feel like for once we are kind of winning the psychological game, which is not a very South African thing. Normally the Aussies and the All Blacks have us, the English press has us. It feels like we're starting this one on the right mental note.
I think we're probably trending, and we're the innovators currently, which I honestly love. I think the 7-1 split that Rugby brought in got the world into flippant chaos, which I love. I love the fact that South Africa is innovating the game.
And Eddie Jones was like, that's beautiful. I love that.
We're setting the trends, which is so cool to see from a rugby's perspective. I think for so long we were kind of following the rest of the world, and now the tables have turned and we're setting the trend. And we're showing the world how to do it.
They're going to be kicks. There's going to be lots and lots of box kicks, and we love it. The boys aren't going anywhere. Raul is ready to do a little bit of a workout as well with them, but we are feeling the Gears. We're healing the Gears this morning. So get that Bok jersey on. Show us your Bok. Yes, it's a Bok Friday, and the World Cup begins tonight.